please. So last time we have seen this is what the coding of our disconnected architecture. Yes. Please, I am just going to revise the thing with you. Very first thing that you have to do is you have to create an object of the connection class, and in the connection class object you have to use the constructor that will accept the one parameter. Yes. And we have two ways to specify the connection string. The connection string is nothing but it is what? A path of your database. Okay, and the database path will be located at where? app_data within your website. Yes. Is it audible to you? Okay. Now it is audible. Okay, so this is what your database you have. Please be in your screen. Okay, so this is a connection string that we have, and this connection string is nothing but the unique path of specific database. Okay, so we have seen the two ways by yesterday. Either you can specify the connection string individually within a connection object, or you can specify the connection string within a web.config. Okay, so this is my web.config file. Within the configuration and the connection tag, I am able to specify the connection string over here. Okay, now that's it. Then we have created the object of the command class, and the command class will specify what? The query. And the second parameter of the command class is always the object of the connection class. Okay, so generally this command class will tells that by which query you want to execute on the specific database, and you may be having more than one database within your website. So this connection string or the object of the connection class will specify the unique database on which you want to work, or on which you want to access the data. Fine. So you have specified the query. Then the thing that we have seen again, if you have a select query over here, then it will be the specific method for the SQL command class is what? The execute reader. Yes. Okay, and whatever the result comes, we are going to store this result into the SQL data reader. Again, I have told you that we cannot create the object of data reader by using the new command. Okay, so if you are going to write SQL data reader dr2 is equal to new SQL data reader, then definitely it will gives you the error at a runtime. Okay, it will be the error because you cannot create the object of data reader by using the new keyword. Okay, and it is a connected architecture, so before you do the process, we have to open the connection, and after processing, after accessing the data, you have to close the connection. Okay, so thoroughly we have discussed the connected architecture. Now I am just trying to design the same login page, but instead of connected, now I am going to use the disconnected architecture. Okay, so for that I am going to create one web page, and the name of the web page is login, but it is for what? Disconnected architecture. Okay, so I am taking the two username. We have a text box, and again we have a password. You can change the design at your own, and we have a button of login. So finally, when I will click on this button, the username and password is going to be checked from the database, and it will be redirected to the home admin. If the username and password is correct, then it will be redirected to the home admin. But now we want to use which approach? The disconnected. Okay. So as we have discussed, the very first thing you have to do is you have to include the namespace. So very first namespace is what? System.data, and the second is system.data.sql client. Okay, so this is what the namespace we have, because we are going to use our database SQL server over here, and for that the provider is what? The SQL client. Now when I'm going to click on the button, the very first thing is I want to establish a connection. Okay, you have to establish a connection with your database. Okay, and you can establish the connection by creating the object of the connection class. Okay, so this is a cn is equal to new SQL connection. Now the connection string has already specified over here in a web.config. The name of the connection string is what? MySQL connection. If you are not able to remember, system.configuration dot, we have a class is what? Configuration manager. Or it is better to include, you can also use this namespace over here using system.configuration, and you are able to access the class within your code. Okay, so configuration manager dot, we have a one property over there is what? The connection string. Now you may be having more than one connection string. Okay, it is possible. So either you can access by the connection string name, or you can access it by their index. But remember one thing is, index is always starting with the 1. Okay, so I have to write it over here is the very first connection string that will be specified in my configuration tag of web.config. So just trying to convert this into string. Done. I have specified the connection. Now in the case of disconnected architecture, please remember student, you have to create the object of, to specify the queries, we have to create the object of data adapter. Okay, so data adapter is generally a bridge between your application and your database. Yes. Okay, so I'm just creating the object of data adapter by using DA. Okay, it has again two parameters. The very first is your string, whatever the command you want to pass to the database, and second one is what? The object of the connection class. Okay, now what I want to do is select star from the EMP where EMP ID is equal to, EMP ID may be in a number we have. Yes, the employee ID is a number for the for us, so that's why we are writing the concatenated string over there, and I'm just going to take it from text box 1.text. Okay, so the syntax of your SQL command will remain same, and the password is equal to, again it will be in a string. So we have text box 2 for that dot text. Okay, so this is what the string that we have specified. We have to complete the double quotation over here. Okay, so done. So this is what the data adapter we have. Now, as I have told you already, in the disconnected architecture, suppose you have a application and you may be having your database. Okay, suppose this is what the database, there is no any direct connection between your application and the database. There is no any direct connection, but the connection will remains with the help of what? The data adapter. My drawing is not much good, but you can imagine the thing. Okay, so by means of data adapter, you can send the data from the database to the web application, or the vice versa. But by means of what? Data adapter, so that we are referred this data adapter as a bridge. It will be the bridge between your application and your database. Yes? Okay, so I have already created this, the data adapter. Now, whatever the data that will be comes from the data adapter, we are going to fill this data into where? Data set. Okay, so whatever the data that will be comes by using this query, we are going to fill this data into the data set through data adapter, and we can fill this by one method of the data adapter is the fill. So by fill method of data adapter, by fill method of the data adapter, you are able to fill whatever the data that will be comes from the database. Okay, so if you will see this syntax over here, it will have the parameter is what? The data set. But before that, I have to create the object of data set. Now I have already tell you that the data set is a separate entity. It doesn't have any relationship with a provider. So I can individually create the object of data set. I don't need to use any prefix. Okay, so it will not the SQL data set. Please remember this thing. Okay, if you write the SQL data set, definitely you get the error. Fine, so I'm using the SQL data set over here. So whatever the data that will be comes from this query, I'm just going to fill this data by the data set. Okay, and after filling this data, I can do the process on this data set. Okay, but the thing, the crucial difference between this connected and the disconnected architecture is, please, I'm just going to show. This is the connected architecture that we have discussed. Yes? Within a connected architecture, we are using the SQL reader method. Over here, we are using the fill method of what? Data adapter. The connection must remain open and it must be closed. Connection must remain open and it must be closed. In this case, there is no need to open and close the connection because it is what? A disconnected architecture. We have copied our set of data from the database to the data set. Yes. Now I can individually do the process on this data set. Okay, so one more thing that I want to show you is, as we have discussed, the data set is nothing but it is a collection of tables. So you can say that in your data set you may be having more than one table. The data table is a collection of row, and the row is nothing but it is a collection of, you can say, the values, or it will be the cell, or it will be the element of the table. Okay, so see, the query is very similar. If the username and password is right, then it will return one record. Otherwise, it will return how many record? 0 record. Yes. According to our query, either it will return 1 or it will return 0. But please check it out over here. There is no any error. I'm just going to put the breakpoint over here and trying to run this application. See, what I'm using is username is 1 and password is ABC, and now when I will click on this login button, okay, please see, we have a data set. Currently this statement is not being executed. We don't have executed this statement. Yes, but you see the data set by just putting the mouse cursor over there. You can see the content of your data set by clicking on this icon. There is no any data set. Okay, there is no any data available with us. The data set is what? The empty. But now as soon as I'll just execute by pressing the F10, it may contain some data. Okay, so this is a table. we have only one table, so over here in a drop down list we are able to see the one table only. If you have a more than one table to return, you will see the list of table. Within the table you have the details of the specific employee. But the most appropriate difference between the data set and the data reader is the data set will looks like your actual table available within a database. Yes? So now what I can do is, this is what the difference between the data set and the data reader, and I can check it out whether if DS, now DS is a collection of table. Yes, DS is what? A collection of tables. So DS dot, it may be having the collection of table, but the very first table I want to use, see, this is the index we have. This is what? The index we have. So DS0 means what? The first table. Dot, the table is a collection of row. The table is a collection of rows, so it will be the rows. So if ds dot table 0 dot rows dot count is equal 0, it means what? It means what? I have to write appropriate message is response dot write username or password is incorrect. Yes, and if it is not 0, their count is not 0, then I can be redirected this to response dot redirect. We have a specific function, the name of the page is what? Home admin dot spx. Now please check it out here. This is a method, not a method but the property that you can use. Okay, so you can use this data set as like your property. You can use this data set as like your property. Okay, so if the row count is 0, it means that we don't have the correct username and password, then it will write the appropriate message over here, else it will be redirected to the login page. Okay, let's check it out whether it is working or not. Okay, so first of all I'm trying the ABC. Okay, so it has the username and password. So the row count is what? In this case our row count is 1. If you want to see the row count, again I'll just tell you. You can check it out the row count again by putting the breakpoint over here. See, I'm putting the breakpoint and I'm again inputting the username and password. Please check it out over here. This is a data set we have. In the data set we have a table. Okay, so data set is the collection of table. Yes, so you are able to find the tables over here. Okay, and in the tables you may be having the result. You may be having the result. Okay, so if you will see the result at the 0 part, you are able to get the count of a table please this is the count. Okay, the ds.table0.rows.count is what? 1, because we have a 1 record available in our data set. But remember one thing, the data set is a collection of table and you can access the table by their index, and each and every table has a specific rows and the row has the count method. Okay, so this count is 1 and that's why it will be redirected to else part, and finally you will be welcome to your admin page. Okay, so this is how we have a disconnected architecture. But now see what the difference is, that during this process we are not required to open or close the connection. We are not required to open and close the connection. And now see, this is what we are only fetching the data. If you want to insert some data, then you can also do this, but instead of fill, you can use the update method. You can use what? The update method, and in the bracket you have to pass the data set. Okay, you can see this data set property over here. Okay, so you can also update your data set to the database. Okay, we will see the example of this also in the next session. Okay, so this is a disconnected architecture to fetch the record. Understood? The only changes in what? Creating the object. In a connected, you have created the object of the command class. Over here you have to create the object of data adapter. The choice is yours, whether you have to use the connected architecture or the disconnected architecture. Fine. Okay, so I am going to close the session. We will discuss something about the da.update in the next session.